What is the difference between a redraw account and an offset account in a home loan? I keep getting asked this question in my TikToks, and here's the answer. And to put this into super layman terms, I'm going to answer this question using Lord of the Rings references. Okay, let's hit the drawing boards. So let's set up the premise of this Lord of the Rings explanation. So first of all, you have a house and it's attached to a mortgage. And the adventure here is you're embarking on a journey to pay off this, for example, $1 million home loan to reach zero. And the timeline of this journey is like maybe 15 to 30 years to pay off this mortgage and obtain the true ownership, the key to owning your own home and turning a property that has debt into a property that has no debt, which we call unencumbered. Now, the protagonist of this whole story, this journey, is you. Now, let's sprinkle some Lord of the Rings references over here. So let's grab you and drag you into the Lord of the Rings story beat. So basically, you're Frodo. And the ring that Frodo is responsible to protect is your mortgage. And you as a protagonist, which is Frodo, carries the ring, which is the mortgage, through the timeline journey of 15-30 years, which I call Middle-earth, and travels slowly, step by step, repayment by repayment, to Mount Doom to throw the ring, which ultimately destroys the ring, which Mordor collapses and Sauron is defeated, which ends the trilogy of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and thus means you pay off your mortgage. But then you guys will be the hey Q, is about 1 minute and 13 seconds into this TikTok. You haven't described the difference between redraw and offset. Be patient, I'm coming with it. Well, you see this ring, which is a metaphor for our mortgage. There's a lot of temptations during this journey in Middle-earth. So thus in this journey of mortgage repayment, we introduce Samwise Gamgee, or we call him Samwise, also known as your redraw account. Now obviously we're talking about redraw versus your offset account. Well, who represents the offset account? Well, bloody Gollum. Now with that as a premise, let's talk about the differences between the offset account and a redraw account. Now we've got two columns, Samwise redraw, Gollum offset. Now let's say the extra repayment you put into your home loan, which is the ring, we call that power. This extra money into the mortgage is very temptational for our protagonist, you, Frodo. So when you have funds parked into your redraw account with Sam the Wise, well, he's a 40-year-old boring virgin and probably will never get laid in his life. With Samwise redraw, by putting more money into this redraw account, well, he'll have extra steps to stop you from drawing the money out. For example, you might need to call the bank to draw the money out. He'll basically COCK block you. There also may be transactional costs per redraw every time you take money out, so it stops you from doing it. While those people who park their money into Gollum offset accounts, for example, they have sticky fingers or they're shopaholics, or they're just bad or undisciplined with money, the Gollum offset account will be like, my precious, use the money. Because when you park money into your offset account, it's basically a transactional account. You can take it out anytime you want. Unlike Gollum, you won't have Samwise COCK blocking you. And you gotta remember, Samwise redraw doesn't know all the positions in the Kama Sutra. He only knows one position, which is basically if you have a variable loan, then you can redraw. But if you have a fixed loan, no, you can't redraw. Whilst Gollum offset knows 6-9 positions in the Kama Sutra. You can offset via variable and you can offset via fixed. Adelaide Bank, better go bank. And when you park funds into your redraw, well, Sam the Wise, he's old school. There is no tech function in the redraw account to help you pay things online. For example, you can't shop on eBay or Amazon. You have to go grandpa style, which is call the bank or go to the ATM and draw the money out and then use it. Whilst for Gollum offset, he has his debit cards linked to his two butt cheeks and allow them to swipe to anything you want to buy. And this is the biggest difference between Samwise redraw and Gollum offset, and relates to our arch nemesis, Mordor, the Eye of Mordor. So back to Middle-earth, and this is the Eye of Mordor, which I also call the banking system, or the RBA. The Eye of Mordor is always looking at ways to fuck us up. Because you gotta know, Samwise redraw, just like Samwise, is a weak bitch. The money in redraw isn't your money, it's the bank's money. When you go back to your ring, which is your mortgage, and access the power, which is the funds, you are technically borrowing back from the bank. Whilst for Gollum offset, that sneaky little bastard, the funds that you park in Gollum offset, it's protected by the financial claim scheme. And that is up to $250,000. Which means the bank that you're mortgaged with goes under, just like the Silicon Valley banks in America. Because you park the money into an offset account and not in the redraw account, the money in the offset account is protected by FCS. But if you're trying to claim Centrelink benefits, and Centrelink kind of knows Gollum is a sneaky bastard, the funds in the offset account are actually Centrelink asset tested, while if it's in redraw, it's not. Now let's take a break from the Lord of the Rings explanation. Let's draw it back to reality. In all seriousness, if you're planning to just pay off your mortgage and all the excess cash has nowhere to be used but just to pay off your mortgage, then having a redraw is maybe your best selection, not financial advice. This is saying you do not want to be an investor, a landlord, you do not want to own lots of property, have a property portfolio. Getting a redraw account might be the best choice for you because there's no annual fees and you might be tempted to use the money, and Samwise loves you. However, if you want to be an investor, you want to accumulate property, have a property portfolio. Now I have to show you the other side of an offset account, the Super Saiyan offset account. If you want to turn your PPOR and you still have a redraw account and turn it into an investment property, this might not be good for you. This is not financial advice. Say you have a home loan, which is your PPOR. It's, have a $1 million loan. You got 500K in redraw. Say you turn this property into an investment property, the next day. You use the funds from this redraw account to do anything that's investment related. This may not be tax deductible. Especially when you're redrawing for personal use, that can make the entire loan non-tax deductible. That's why for me and many of my clients who are investors and landlords who want to properly accumulate, we use offset accounts. But the difference is we don't get the golem effect because we have discipline. Our offset account turns into Gandalf the White. And this is Gandalf the White's Book of Magic. Yes, it is a plug. With this Book of Magic, when the ATO comes to us to ask us to pay more tax on our high income, we say, "You shall not pass." And this is the scene I'm referring to. And with our Gandalf offset account and our magic in negative gearing, swoosh, basically keep calm and mortgage on and accumulate more and more properties. Which is why in my book, when I talk about if you had intentions of turning your PPOR into an investment property, always pay the minimum amount and put all the rest into an offset account. Because this keeps the high tax deductibility. Again, not financial advice. I strongly suggest if you're Frodo and you're really tempted by Middle Earth, you're getting a bit of golem effect with your offset account where they go, my precious, use the money. I strongly suggest you don't use an offset account. Now to end this Lord of the Rings inspired mortgage video, I want to say in reality, we still have more that are looking at us. RBA next few weeks will raise rates. Some of you are still stuck in Middle Earth. Some of you are in the dark forest over here, and some of you are near the Mount Doom to pay off your mortgage. Wherever you are, whether you have Samwise on your side, you have Gollum on your left, and you have Gandalf behind your back. I wish you good luck in this journey of mortgage repayments, and jump in the comments. Either roast me or toast me. I love to read your comments.